It's time to move on, dude. Now, if you think I'm just another person on the internet giving you relationship advice, let me tell you my story first. So, I'm an adult right now, and I'm in my last year of high school. I had a relationship that ended 4 years ago. It lasted probably 2 or 3 years, and I was young. That was a long time ago. I still haven't moved on from that. It was the childlike sense of wonder and the feeling of love that I can't move away from, you know? I know I have to, and I know I'm going to need to at some point, but I can't. And there's nothing that can bring that moment back. And so I have no choice but to try to move on, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that no matter what, it's going to be hard to move on, but you're going to have to. I'm telling myself this more than anything, I think. Now, I don't know what your story is, but if it's anything similar, I understand. Okay. I wanted to tell you that because it makes I think it makes my advice a little bit more real because, I've experienced it. I know what it's like. So, I'm going to go through a little bit of the story here. I've dated two other girls after that, and I've had plenty of potential relationships, but none of them have worked for me. This is partly due to just like not working well with the other person, and I'm trying to find a piece of her in someone else, and that's just not going to work, right? I know I'm going to have to find someone else at some point, but I'm just not ready to. And that sounds weird because it was 4 years ago, and I feel like I should be moved on by now. And considering how young and naive I was at that point, but I'm just not. And so I think it's okay to give yourself time. Some people, it might be a week, a day. Other people might be a year or 4 years or like 10 years, whatever. But no matter what, I think at the end of the day, do whatever you feel is best. I don't feel comfortable with getting in another relationship because I know it's gonna end poorly, and I'm not mentally ready for that, right? I don't want to drag someone else into this and then have them have consequences due to my past. You know what I mean? And so that's why I prefer to stay single and stay by myself because it's easier that way. And I see nothing wrong with this. It's frowned upon a lot, especially with Valentine's Day just coming and going. To be single isn't a good thing. But I think if you have other goals in life and other aspirations, it's okay. So I'm I have two YouTube channels. I'm making a video game. I have two jobs, and I'm going to school. And I think that's enough on my plate. That I don't need a girlfriend right now, and I'm okay with that. So if you're single right now, just take a step back and evaluate it. Do you want to be single or do you want to be in a relationship? Now, if you want to be single, that's great. That's easy enough. You can just leave it at that. Now, if you want to be in a relationship, evaluate it because evaluate it if you feel like you have to because the pressure of society or your friends or something, you're lonely and you feel like getting in one, or you think it's going to fix all your problems. Either one of those three options, in my opinion, is not a reason to get into a relationship. I feel like it's just going to end poor that way. And you don't want that on top of everything else going on, you know? So if you're trying to get into a relationship to fix your problems or fix your loneliness, maybe wait. If you have a certain person in mind, there's no problems with being friends with them, but wait until you can get stabilized, until you can stabilize your own life and then involve others. You know what I mean? there's no shame in doing your own thing, man. Just puttering away. That's my philosophy, and it's weird because especially in your senior year in high school, a lot of people get in relationships and make plans with these people for moving in or going to school together or whatever it may be. And I just don't feel the need to do that. I'm fine by myself. Part of this is because I'm still living in the past, but that's my issue, and that's for me to try to resolve, and not for you guys to worry about. I'm making these videos because I think this works better for me than therapy. I've tried like traditional talking therapy, and it doesn't click for me. So I make these because it feels a little better, and I hope along the way I can help some of you guys out. So yeah, this is my first video. I think that's gonna be about it for now. I got my points across, and I don't want it to be too long either. So yeah, in a nutshell, do your own thing, man. If you're still trying to move on, that's okay. You have time. And if you're trying to get into a relationship, just make sure it's for the right reasons. And yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, if you like this, you can subscribe. You can hit the like if you want. Please leave a comment though. I love to hear about you guys, and if I helped you at all. So yeah, that's about it for me today. So you guys take care of yourselves and make sure to be around for the next episode. Okay. Alrighty. Bye bye.